What I'm going to do now is using what I would call traditional Christmas colours. So cherry cobbler red, shaded spruce green, and a little hint of night of navy blue, along with a lovely new stamp set called Curvy Christmas, which is how I've managed to get these beautiful curved shapes. And I'll take you through it now. So as you can see, for this card we've used a shaded spruce card base. I'm just going to bring it up to the camera a little bit. You've got a night of navy topper, and then on top of that you've got all the decoration, and you can add embellishments or extra bits depending on how you want it. And here, this is a brushed metallics gold star. So let me see if I can get it. I don't think I can do it so you can see the actual brush metal. It's really pretty and just adds an extra dimension. Just about see it there. Anyway, let me show you how I've done it. So let me put that one up there. So as I said, to start with, you've got a shaded spruce card base, onto which I'm just going to put a night of navy topper. Now the reason I do the toppers like this is because I just think it adds an extra dimension to it, allows you to bring in an extra colour. And in this instance, I'm just going to use some, just pop that. Make sure your card is the right way up. She says from experience, a number of times I've stuck it, and making sure that the opening is at the bottom, so I know exactly where I am on my card. There we go. There's that topper. Now, I've taken then a piece of Whisper White, which as you can see I've already pre-stamped, and my Whisper White comes in a tiny bit more, so you get a nice layered effect on how it all comes together. Now, let me show you the Curvy Christmas stamp set. This is Curvy Christmas. Oops, I'll try and do it without the light glaring on it. And as you can see, you've got a whole range of expressions. May your days be merry and bright, thinking of you at Christmas, and a really nice little Merry Christmas. I have to say it's combined with some really lovely little extra stars and my snowflake shape, bows, wreaths, sprucey bits, and then these lovely shapes. And you're thinking, where do they fit in? But I'll show you in a minute when I show you the dies. Actually, they fit in with the dies, so you can actually, in other cards, cut the card, then put these beautiful curves in amongst your dies, so you can see how they come together and add an extra dimension. So for this card, I use the Merry Christmas and I use the stars. Now the stars are very tiny, but in order to just speed it up a bit, you don't need to see me actually stamping it. Just there's try and move that around. So what I've done, because of the way we're going to put it together, we're having the interesting bit in the middle, if you like. I've just stamped the corners with a Merry Christmas and some stars in Sahara sand. That's nice and neutral, so it's relatively straightforward. Just going to put those to one side. Now then, I have taken 3 pieces of plaid, and as you can see, when you just pick them up and look at them, they don't look terribly interesting, but the interest comes when you lay them against the background. You can see the dots. Now the interesting thing will be for you to play around. Now I'm doing it so I can go like this. I want my dots. You can either potentially use 2, so the dots are really clear, or as I did with my other card, I use 3 and the dots overlapped, but you still get the effect. So have a play and decide what you like. In this instance, I think I'm again going to, I like the 3. I like things in 3s. I think they work nicely. So I work out how my curve is going to look. I'm going to stick down, and again, I'm just using a normal glue. And I'm just going to stick it down so it goes on there. Trim off the 3 ends. Now you might want a pair of scissors that you don't allow anywhere near glue in order to stop them getting all glued up and mucky. Or like me, you might just like go for it and then clean your scissors off afterwards. So there we go. So I put all those bits to the side. So the next thing is basically the lovely embellishment and how you want to embellish it. In this instance, I've cut out, again using the shaded spruce, a really lovely leaf shape, which is from the Christmas Layers dies. So these Stampin' Up bought out last year, and they've got a snowflake set in them, and they've also got these lovely shapes. So I'm going to use and put them across like that, so you can see lots of the detail. And then I've decided to fix my star up here. So in order to sort the leaves out, I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen, which I have to say just before was drowning everything in fine tip glue. So I'm just hoping it's going to be a bit better behaved, because all I want is a few blobs. There we go. And then I'm just going to use a couple of, I've actually got some edges of my dimensionals left, which I've just prepared, and I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back of the star, because I think that should be raised up. I'm going to put my star. You can, when you look at the brush metal, you can see which way the effect goes, and you can decide which way you want your star to go. I'm going to have mine like that, I think, on this one. Okay. And then I'm just, again, just going to pop some dimensionals in the corners. Get your card base, and this is where it's really important to make sure that you've got it the right way up and everything opens the way you want it to. And then pop, it's all nice and straight on the top. And there you go, a little curvy Christmas card with lots of glimmery gold to make it nice and festive. Thank you very much.